with, and died 2 months later from, a rare and aggressive form of lung cancer. As a family, they're all that I love about America. Positive, optimistic, kind, decent. So this is to Jeff and his 2 beautiful children, Eleanor and Charlie, and in memory of an exceptional woman. Introduction. We're going to play a game. I'm going to say a name, and I want you to write down what comes to mind. Okay, let's start. New York. I reckon you're going to put skyscrapers, shopping, the Empire State Building, steam rising out of vents, cycling in Central Park, yellow taxis, Broadway, bustle, Trump Tower. Well, yep, I guess we can't ignore that anymore. The soaring clarinet at the opening of Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue, Sinatra belting out New York, New York, or Jay-Z's Concrete Jungle Where Dreams Are Made Of in Empire State of Mind. Or that scene when Harry met Sally in a diner, and any number of Woody Allen films, in fact, his whole oeuvre. Midnight Cowboy, King Kong, Fame, and on and on and on. And if I were to say LA, I'd bet you'd write tall palm trees, Sunset Boulevard, soft-top cars, ripped men on Muscle Beach, silicon-enhanced film stars in Beverly Hills, rollerbladers in Santa Monica, the Hollywood sign. And Miami? Steamy hot, Art Deco buildings, old Cuban men playing dominoes, water, powerboats, wide beaches. Or the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Yellowstone, Chicago, Nashville. Through music, literature, film and TV, and even through the food we eat and the clothes that we wear, we all have a highly developed sense of what America is. Through our own visits, we feel we know the country, and through our shared, tangled history, we claim a special relationship. But America in the election year of 2016 and its extraordinary aftermath felt about as foreign a country as you could imagine. It was fearful, angry, and impatient for change. Journeying across the continent to cover the most turbulent race in recent history lifted a lid on seething resentments and profound anxieties. And most of that rage would find its embodiment in one unlikely person who was brash, unpredictable, and in the end, unstoppable. And in my 30-plus years of being a journalist, I'd never covered an election like it, nor witnessed anything like its bitter aftermath. The new president, having scaled the mountaintop, was not enjoying the view. He still had enemies to slay, Republicans who questioned him, the intelligence services, Democrats who he had to put to the sword. Even America's favourite actress, Meryl Streep, got a kicking for daring to question whether the new president was being divisive. He raged at suggestions that his inauguration had fewer people attending than Barack Obama's. He claimed that 5 million Americans had voted illegally for Hillary Clinton, and he went after the media with a rare ferocity and contempt. I would even sample a little taste of it myself. There's never been anything like President Trump's first proper news conference in the East Room of the White House. And if the walls could speak, I suspect they'd have nodded sagely and said, "You're right, we never have seen anything like it." He lashed out at the media for half an hour as being the most dishonest, loathsome perpetrators of fake news. He swatted away an earnest young Orthodox Jew who dared to ask him about anti-Semitism. An African-American reporter asked whether the president had plans to meet the Congressional Black Caucus. With a casual racism that shocked nearly all the journalists in the room, he asked whether she'd fix up a meeting. In other words, perhaps all you black people know each other. You could sort it out for me. She demurred. I was the only foreign journalist to get called, and I wanted to ask him about the problems he was having over his attempt to ban travellers from 7 mainly Muslim countries. It should have been straightforward. It wasn't. Having spoken just one word, my English accent alerted him. "Which news organisation are you from?" "BBC News," I replied. "Here's another beauty," says the president. "That's a good line. We are free, impartial and fair." "Yeah, sure." "Mr. President, just like CNN, right?" he asked sarcastically. "On the travel ban, we could banter back and forth." I eventually got to ask my question, and he replied. When I tried to ask a follow-up, I was told to sit down, and then a little menacingly he added, "I know who you are." I've never seen politics done like this anywhere. And don't take that as in any way disapproving. It's not. This news conference was enormously entertaining. The whole 75...